What's up, people? It's your boy Slap. In this video, I'm going to talk about the current state of America. Living in America today is very rough for the average person. You see, we were taught the American dream, as in go to college, get a job, have a family, have a kid, and maintain a balanced balanced work life. Okay? So, but when you look at it from today, it's not possible. Okay? The American dream is just an illusion to make Americans work hard for a basic life. But nowadays it's rough. Okay? First, I want to say you cannot be a blue collar worker and survive in America today. It's just not going to happen. Because being blue collar nowadays, in most case scenarios, you're going to have periods of unemployment. Let me tell you about that. So, for example, you can have a job working in a particular field, and maybe 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years is stable, right? Then 1 year, things ain't working out no more. For example, like the oil field, for example. Sometimes it's stable, sometimes it's not stable. Okay? That's one thing you have to look at. So a lot of people today, they realized in their 20s, they made bad decisions, bad career choices. So now they have to, now they are spending their 30s for a second career. So when you look at it, like, there are so many people today. You can look these things up online, go on YouTube. You see people going back to med school, people going to med school in their 30s. People are going to law school. People are joining the military. People are doing anything they can to make a better life for themselves. Because I can tell you this, as I'm currently in my early 30s right now. Okay, what's happening right now is that the cost of living in the United States has gone up, in the sense where you have to make a certain amount to live a decent life. People don't understand when I say this. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to make 6 figures to be happy. Okay? But making more money can solve a lot of your problems. Okay? For example, right now, like Seattle, okay? I am from Seattle, okay? Currently, I live like 10 minutes away from Seattle, pretty much, right? So, about 10 to 20 minutes, about 10 to 20 minutes away from Seattle, pretty much. So, the thing is, right, is that cost of living here has gone up. They are building new houses, and all these low-income areas are going to be obsolete very soon, at least in the major cities. In the major cities, the ghettos are being destroyed. Because I remember when I can remember when I was younger, like I can say like in the 90s or the 2000s, the moment you heard ghetto, you never wanted to be there, because you see all kinds of people. You see low-income people. You see fights. You see crime. You see strange behaviors. And a lot of companies don't like to do business there because they risk being robbed. So. And, that's what happens a lot when you hear ghetto. But nowadays, these developers, they understand business. They're like, how about we just, how about we build a commercial building here? Make it look more, how about we build a fancy building here? Before you know it, right, it's like you have from point, for example, you have point A to point B on a road. They're not going to go in the middle of the road and start to build nicer buildings and nicer apartments. They're going to start from A, from point A. They're going to gradually move over, okay? Gradually move over until they take over the whole street. That's how it works. I was in Seattle. The ghetto that I used to, at least the ghetto that was there. There's one particular street that's the projects. And not anymore, because now they're building commercial buildings there. You see different people. So I'm just letting you guys know that the cost of living in America is going up. Okay? So the thing is, when you look at it from a different perspective, nobody wants to hear about you struggling financially. Nobody wants to hear about how you can't pay your rent. Like, to be honest with you, when you complain about your life in your 20s, people will listen to you because, like, you know what? We all go through hard times, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you the truth. When you enter your 30s, nobody gives a fuck. Because people, you don't understand, time changes. Okay? So when you look at life from a different perspective, you have people today who are getting their shit together. Okay? Then you have some people out there who just sit there and bitch. They bitch and complain about life. Life's not fair for them. The ones who complain about life's not fair to them are the ones who always end up alone. Do you not see what I'm talking about right now? And I'm telling you guys what I've seen in the real world. Like, nowadays, I have no one to talk to when it comes to, like, society or get shit done. People don't want to hear that shit no more. Nobody wants to hear about me talking about why is life so hard. Oh, hear me. Oh, see me cry. Blah. Nobody wants to hear that dumb shit. Because by the time you enter your 30s, people want to enjoy life. People will start having a family, or they buy a house, or they're traveling. Nobody has time to hear that dumb shit. Okay? Like, when people talk to you nowadays, they want to know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? In a sense where, what is your job? What is your career? Because your career shows your accomplishment. Your career shows how many years of sacrifice you put into that field. Like, when people talk to you nowadays, it's not going to be about bullshit or dumbass topics. The people who talk to you about stupid topics all the time are the ones who ain't doing nothing. Okay? This is something you need to really understand how the game really works. For me personally, I don't give a damn if people like me or not, but having respect among people is very important. Okay? Like, for example, if you go to, like, public areas, when you tell people what you do, because people are going to ask you regardless. You tell someone right now, say, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. Yes, I own this company. Oh, wow. Okay? You know, I'm a pharmacist. I work at the Walgreens down in Seattle. Okay? Or, you know, like, I'm an engineer working with this development company. Do you not see where I'm coming from? Like, like I said, people don't care what career you have, just as long as you have a career. You know what I mean? So that's how it works in America today. No one cares anymore about who did this or who said that. No one cares about that dumb shit. Okay? Looking at life now, it's kind of weird for me, because I feel like in America today, we live in this society where getting ahead is not easy. Like, before, it was like, I can tell you the truth, before, it was like, all you had to do was just work hard. Work hard, it will pay off. But do you know what I realized after that? Which someone said this about a few months ago? That working hard doesn't pay off. And for some people, based on where you live or your career field you chose, hard work does not pay off. You have to know the right people, okay? You have to be in the right location. So a lot of people need to understand this. Because I'm just saying this stuff because I'm looking at people from a different perspective now. Like me, there's no more time. I can't bullshit no more and start talking about, like, America, life is so unfair here, and get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. That's what people say to themselves. If you start crying about how hard life is in your 40s, no one will listen to you because they feel by the time you reach 40, you should have figured out how America works properly. Some people, they wake up when they're very young, in their late 20s, they wake up and say, oh shit, this life I have is not for me. I'm gonna do something else. So you see a lot of Americans today who will look for careers, they get advice from whoever they can and say, hey, I'm gonna go back to school, I'm gonna go for my engineering degree, I'm gonna go for my nursing degree, I'm gonna go for whatever it is. Okay? Some people don't know this, but one business owner of Forever 21, he was a janitor. Him and his wife were cleaners. They were cleaners, okay? They saved that money to open up Forever 21. They started doing business doing that. So it doesn't matter how old you are, okay? It doesn't matter how old you are. If you have a plan, things will work out for you. There were many business owners I've read. Some of them literally had nothing, okay? But they kept on pushing, and things worked out for them. So it doesn't matter how old you are. You can make it at any age. But there's so many people out here who have no plans for anything, and they just sit there and complain about the world. The world is so hard. Oh my gosh. Then you have these people out here become so envious, they start hating on people who are doing better than them. Those are the motherfuckers you have to avoid. And I'm telling you guys the truth. Like, I'm just speaking. Look, okay, me personally, I am lower class. Okay, I am lower class. I ain't got shit. Okay? So, when I tell other people that I want to start my own company in the future, some of them look at me cross-eyed like, that shit will never work. Just negative people. Completely negative. Okay? There are some people like who hate on other people not because they're rich, but they hate on people because they made better life choices. If that makes sense. Like, many people are not going to hate on someone who has lots of money in the bank. They're going to hate on them because they managed to use their time wisely. Like, let me tell you guys this, okay? There are some people, there are very few people who made millions of dollars before they reached age 25, okay? Like Mark Zuckerberg's one of them. The person who made Tumblr, and even those who made Snapchat, they're pretty young people, right? They made it before they were 30, right? Then you have other people out there, they didn't make it until they were 40. Some didn't make it until they were 50. When I say make it, I mean they got the lifestyle that they wanted at that age. Okay? No one ever says, hey, you just made it. It's more like, now that you got it, enjoy yourself. You see what I mean? Because it's all about lifestyle. It's about class, social class. Okay? That's why there's so much envious people in America today. You can't even tell people the things you want to do because they hate their lives so much they will destroy you. Like people don't understand, like having a career, having a title is so important because it doesn't matter what people say about you or feel about you, but everybody wants respect in society. For example, if you talk to somebody and you're successful, people will want to hear what you have to say or they'll respect your opinions more. But if someone is 40 years old and they're trying to give you advice on life when they can't even help themselves, that's a red flag somewhere. Okay? So, I mean, where I'm at right now, I'm lower class right now, but I do see myself being rich one day. But I'm not gonna sit there and badmouth other people for being rich. I'm gonna figure out how they got to that level. You know? We live in a negative society. Many people today are bitter, they're angry, they're mad, and to some cases, I really do believe it's justified, but nobody wants to hear it. Okay? That's like you right now hang out with your friends, all of you are having a good time. You have this negative Debbie Downer who'll say something so negative to ruin the whole entire atmosphere. People do that. Some people do that stuff where you're having a good time, they'll say something or do something that will ruin the mood of everybody. You know, some people like that. So I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on. Don't be negative. I mean, you guys understand, like, a lot of people give up in life too early, but I just say find something that can make you successful. If you have to leave the country to achieve your goal. Move to different, it doesn't matter. You gotta figure out how to make it out. Because I'm telling you all the truth. Nobody wants to be around a person who's not successful. Nobody wants to hear their story. Nobody wants to talk to them. So let me know what you think. Peace.